Okay, this is Guy Eagle with Renewable Wisdom Trails, Cosmology, Library. The trails are pathways that we follow in discovery. So we are in the process of giving out the research that we've done on principles. And this one is going to be on what we call the 16 and 6. The numbers are their designation both in the archiving petroform of a turtle shell and in the presentation using medicine wheels. We use the numbers to put the designation in place. The numbers are the foundations of what is referred to as the 20 count. And the 16 and 6 is really about the ancestors, the dance, as we call life, as our behaviors, is what the dance is. That's the metaphor for how we move through the world, as we call it a dance. So don't get confused with the compartmentalization word's definition of dance of being going to a sock hop or whatever it is, swing dance or whatever. Dance is our life's movement throughout our whole life, how we choreograph and move through the world. That's the dance. Different use for that word. Anyway, the 16 and 6, when I say ancestors, I'm talking about everything that's buried in the soil, the blood that has been spilled, the waters that have been spilled, the plants, the animals, the minerals that make up oil, make up water, make up everything that exists are our ancestors. So we don't use that word in a compartmentalization definition. We mean everything. So we don't split it up into individual things which have an individual definition. And I may have some sarcasm and you may hear that in my voice, and it's okay, but I get frustrated with having to learn all those different words for what they mean versus knowing them as all of our ancestors, and they existed so I could exist in this form and have my dance. 16 and 6, big number. It also has to do with duality. Now, if you think about it, we live in duality. There's always our opposites that give us a little bit of friction, a little bit of contrast that helps us know where we exist, where our awareness exists in. In some separations, some humans have created duality within themselves as a navigating force. But that is just a reproduction of what already exists. They've created that from what already exists in nature, because nature is the host of our existence. Humans aren't our host of our existence. Nature is. And you got to really remember that and get that integrated. No matter how many incarnations it takes or generations. The principle is about participation, or participating with First Circle or nature on those kind of understandings. Participating by being in this dance with everything that came before you so you could exist. You know, the airs, the sky. I said the waters, the rivers, the streams, the lakes. They existed and still exist so you can. It's not to dominate or not to use at your disposal, but they exist so you can. And that's the big thing about participation. If you're participating on that level of consciousness or that level of awareness, you are going to have a mysterious and just fulfilled life. Because there's always mystery, there's always something to learn, there's always something to explore. It's endless. 16 and 6. Principle is participation. The numbers themselves in the 20 count talk about duality of life and our ancestors that all existed so we can exist. You never know, might be something to it. Aho.